Hey everyone, Dior here with some Langrisser Mobile. So last video I mentioned I wasn't quite ready to do the Awakening for Arianrhod. I'm going to go ahead and attempt it well, right here, right now. I'm still borrowing gear from everyone. I did manage to get a carbon fiber armor. I still need a helmet. Unfortunately, I haven't really had the resources to fully upgrade them yet because I was busy upgrading Varna stuff. So it is what it is. Anyway, main things is the Swordsmith medal, which gives me immunity to fixed damage, which I desperately will need because there's going to be a Joshua in the first Awakening battle. Also, it's actually got pretty good stats as far as the enchants are concerned. Obviously, I don't really need ice on Arianrhod, but it's better than nothing. I just kind of made sure I had enchants, at least pairs of enchants, just to get the first tier buff at the very least. I'm borrowing a Ragnarok. I don't remember whose Ragnarok it is, but I'm borrowing somebody's. I believe the Bloodline Magic Armor and the Swordsmith Medal, those are both, I think, Amelia's. And the Vampire Mask, I think I'm borrowing from Sophia. Or Sonia, sorry. So yeah, borrowing Amelia stuff, and I'm probably borrowing somebody's axe right now. I think I'm borrowing Cherries. Yeah, looks like I'm borrowing hers. Anyway. Just to kind of show where I'm at on her bonds. By the time you guys see this video, she'll probably have this fully maxed out. But right now, I'm just one upgrade short of maxing her out completely. Also, by the time you see this video, I'll probably have Sri Lanka at 6 stars, and at that point, I'll probably be working on Arianrhod to get her up and running. All right. Oh yeah, and by the way, my Lycoris is now 5 stars. All right. Besides that, nothing too special. I've been getting a few drops. The event has been getting like crazy little coin things, which you can turn in to do this stuff over and over again, which I'm just about done with. By the time you see this video, I'll probably be done with it. And as far as class enchants, still kind of behind on those, but it's enough to work with. And Arena Mastery doesn't matter for this, what we're about to do. Skill-wise, this is actually the skill set I did when I first attempted it, and then I decided to scrap the footage. So I got Stormlance just as a 1 cost. Like, her options for a 1 cost are Fair Fight, which will not trigger, because she's going to be low on health. It also doesn't go well with her kit, because her extra actions comes from having low health. Adversity is a little bit better, as far as synchronizing with her her passive ability, but I don't really care much for the extra 10% defense, so that just leaves Stormlance, and Stormlance is actually pretty good because it gives you some AoE damage and gives you mobility. And then I went ahead, even though I usually use her for AoE, for what we're going to be doing, we kind of need some single target damage because Awakenings you do solo. So here goes nothing. So what kind of power does Ouroboros' most powerful agent possess? Hopefully enough. As for my troop choice, I'm going to be going with Amazons for now. I may consider switching to Zealots if it doesn't work out, but for right now, I think Amazon Champions will hopefully hold me over. So the big issue I ran into is dealing with Estelle. She's actually really rather strong, especially with her cheer buff. Joshua was a pain because of the fixed damage, so being immune to fixed damage, Joshua was actually not that big of a threat. Olivier, or however you should pronounce his name, can be a little dangerous with his magic. I think he does. No, he doesn't do magic. He does attack, but he has some pretty nasty AOE's. In fact, one of them makes it so it disables your extra actions, which is not good for her. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. So I can do something like this. Just poke. Poke. I haven't tried this opening yet, so I'll see how it does. Alright, so that's going to stop me from taking additional actions, but that's okay. Also, every time I get hit, in my action within attack range, I get additional attack and damage reduction, as well as a mobility increase. So right now I have +2 because I have 2 stacks of this. All attack and defense stats increased by 65%. Okay, yeah, pretty standard stuff. Alright, so for this we're just going to see if I can finish you off. Good. Now I'm going to get hit with this. Does a little bit of damage. The big thing would have been the fixed damage, which actually didn't proc that time, surprisingly. Usually it always procs because he always crits. Alright, so he's going to be moving up. His range for the Phantom Raid is 4 blocks. So if I move back to about here, I should be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I still have the extra movement from my previous buff, so I'll go ahead and move on in. That extra fixed damage is nice. Yeah, even with counterattack damage, he can potentially proc his Dark Initiate, and it just does so much damage. Alright, should be able to just move up and attack. Alright, so I'm a little concerned about the Skyne Staff, so I'm pretty sure she's just going to buff first, but just in case, I'm just going to move over here. Actually, I'm okay with hit. Actually, I'd rather get hit with the Skyne Staff, to be honest. So yeah, let's just do this and see what happens. Okay, Skyne Staff. So yeah, the issue is she can heal herself to full. Okay, she opened with cheer, which is actually kind of not great. Awesome, I did enough damage. Okay, perfect. She actually does pretty good counterattack damage as well, so that's why it's a bit dangerous. Okay, cool. This gets us an extra skill point. Now we can work towards getting our Grand Cross, which is definitely her bread and butter. So, I don't want Stormlance for this upcoming fight. Let's see. Attacks in 3 straight lines. Dust displacement. Alright. We'll do this to see how it plays out. I haven't done this one yet, so I'm going at this blind. Alright. So, Awakening. Years of training in sheer will. Now you see the meaning of true glory. And of course, our opposing Arianrhod is actually going to have higher stats. Okay, so she went full on AoE. Just all AoEs. I didn't do all AoEs. Alright. Yeah, it's a little... Alright, I'm fine with spears. In fact, yeah, I'm fine with spears. So like, I guess the question is what exactly do I want to open with? So the range of Dark Demise is 6 blocks. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right there. Okay. So if I move down, I'll be okay. Okay, that's fine. How far can you move? Okay, so you need to move there at least. So I'm gonna try to I'm gonna hold back and see if I can lure some of them forward. Get the chairs up, and then I'm actually gonna go ahead and pop this, which will give me, I think, movement and healing and regeneration. Okay, yeah, they did the same thing, which actually I didn't take that into account. It actually has more mobility now. Okay. Okay, we can work with this, sort of. Okay, let's do this first. Actually, what's your attacks do? Reduces their damage dealt. Okay. So we'll tag all of them with this. Okay, a little extra damage. I really need to kill that Joshua if I can pull it off. Actually, I can just do a regular attack on you. There we go. That's perfect. And then the regeneration will heal. Okay. And then I can hit all of them with that. Okay, I can work with that. Not too shabby. Won't be able to do much else from here. Alright, we're just gonna stand back. We'll see if we can provoke a Sky Staff. Okay, that works. Put you there. Okay. Alright, I can't take any extra actions because of this stupid debuff, but that's alright. And what's your passive do? Damage taken by allies. Okay, it just reduces damage taken. Alright. Let's go here. Pop this. Let's see. Crit chance, deals damage. Can move, does additional damage to mages, and then this does AoE, inflicts one random debuff, deals additional damage to mages. Okay. So we'll do this. Okay, silenced her, perfect. So now she can't do Phoenix Dance. Speaking of... God, that she can take hits pretty good. That's fine. So with that, I can actually do this. Fortunately, her attack's just not high enough to actually do anything, but that's fine. Dead. And then I'm gonna get hit with this, which is gonna kill a lot of people. Okay, you still have one AoE left. Also, her passive is much better than mine. So yeah, you can go all the way to there. So tell you what, we're just gonna go hang back. Ooh, actually, you're gonna be a problem either way. Alright, we're just gonna hang back and see what happens. There we go, that's what I wanted. Yeah, if she had stayed alive, she would have had an extra action. I usually find the second fight a lot easier than the first. There's a few exceptions. I think Akaya's was actually very difficult. Alright, so we got a Grand Cross, which is an amazing ability. So Grand Cross, 0.44 times AoE damage. To all enemies within 3 blocks, dispels 3 buffs, which I didn't know it did. After battle, grants the physical barrier effect. The first time you take physical damage, damage taken is reduced by 90%. This effect can only be obtained every 3 turns, so you can't. If you had some way of like reducing cooldowns, like Sophia's spells and stuff like that, and get the Grand Cross earlier, it's not going to be enough to. You won't be able to just back to back get this buff. And then you also get Magic Barrier, which does the same thing, but with magic damage. So they're 2 separate buffs, and then they last 3 turns, but usually they proc before they ever wear off. But yeah, pretty much everyone that uses Arianrhod uses this skill because it's flat out amazing. And then it's usually they either take total destruction or Anglia's hammer, depending on preferences. I'm gonna stick with Anglia's hammer for now, and then we can take Sturm Lance, and that'll boost her attack a bunch. Of course, her power is going to drop once I switch her gear back, but other than that, looking pretty good. Not sure how long this video is gone, so I'm just going to break it here. When we come back, I will hopefully have the SR character, and we'll see show off what she can do. So BRB, and we're back. So I think the first part I recorded around Sunday, and now it's Saturday. The new event came, the new collab event came up on Thursday, but unfortunately what was required to get Altina, I wasn't able to actually get the materials or unlocks until literally today. So I went ahead and bought a bunch of stuff. I accidentally miscounted at some point and was just mindlessly clicking and bought something I did not want. I did not want these, but that's okay. So I bought all the shards that are available right now. There are 90 more that will be coming up. But before we dive into Altina, I'm going to talk briefly about the other 3-cost skill that came out, which was for Amelia. I think I showed this off, but I will point out one dangerous little flaw about this ability. For the most part, it's really, really good. The bad part is actually the damage. There's a, where is it? It reduces fixed damage somewhere. It can be reduced up to, yeah, there it is. And fixed damage taken reduced by 20%. This is, as far as I mean, first of all, this is the first time I've ever seen anything that actually reduces fixed damage, because generally the gimmick about fixed damage is it's just raw damage that you can't avoid. But this reduces it, and as far as I can tell, there are no abilities that can bypass this resistance. That includes, that does include Zerida's Bloodthirster. So I actually was playing World Arena earlier this week, and I did Bloodthirster within range of Amelia's aura, and what the results, you still get the buff and all that stuff. You can actually make yourself immune to the fixed damage from Bloodthirster, by the way. You generally don't want to, because you actually want your troops to die so you can do Killing Blow properly. But 20% of my troops happen to stay alive, because the 100% became only 80%. And so I came to a very, very big surprise when I ran up and tried to use Killing Blow, and it didn't actually target, it didn't bypass guard and didn't target the general. So just something to be aware of. But still, it's a good ability. It's just you need to be aware about that if you happen to be using Zerda as well. I have started getting shards on Arianrhod, or Arianrhod, how you should pronounce it. I'll probably be working on her. She's actually pretty good even at 3 stars as far as like just doing basic PvE content. So I do kind of want to level her up and see what happens. My Illustrial should be 6 stars by the time you guys see this video, or yeah, 6 stars by the time you get this video. Sherlinka is 6 stars now, and I am still working slowly with Lycoris. Alright, so with all that said and done, let's dive right into this. So, call hero. Sure, I have 1,000 gold. Alright, so now we have Altina. And for those who don't know, SR ranks start at 2 stars, so the first upgrade actually costs 30 shards to get up to 3. I'll go ahead and use this as an opportunity to kind of read up on her abilities. So she kind of has like, I guess, like a weaker hybrid thing that's kind of similar to all metas. Deep passive debuff ability, but only does defense and magic defense, and only targets whichever's lower. And then she also actually buffs everyone's lowest or their highest stat within range. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know if it stacks with standard buffs. If it stacks with standard buffs, it's good. If it doesn't, then it's useless because faction buffs exist, as well as AoE buffs. So, and of course the debuff is always good. You can never say no to more debuffs. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and upgrade you one more time. This will bring her up to 4 stars. I'll get her up to 5 stars once the last part of the shop is unlocked. There's actually a kind of cool looking soldier skin in the shop, but it's for high elves. I'm still probably going to get it, but high elves are not a soldier type that anyone uses. Anyway, I am now up to 3 friendly. Last turn. Oh, sorry, I misread it. Okay, so you debuff the highest stat, and you buff the lowest stat. Okay, sorry, I misread that. Alright. Unfortunately, it's always 10%. Okay, so there's a few gimmicks about this character. For the most part, I've never seen her used in any sort of any of the Chinese server videos that I've seen. Mainly because it's the issue with all mages. They have to compete with top tier characters such as Rachel, and other characters that are also pretty good but not exactly top tier, like Lana. So it's kind of hard to get her anywhere, but she does have some unique traits. One trait is the fact that I think she's the only Meteor Strike mage right now. So if you're one of those people that wants to make a fully Meteor Strike, well, congratulations, you now have a mage. And then she has another trait which we'll go into in a second once I dive into doing this. Okay. All that's good. I'm not going to equip her with anything yet. Let's do some class stuff. Her base class is just mage. She just starts out with some basic offensive abilities. I think she has lightning bolt or something. Alright. So much like all collab characters, it's just 5 classes in total. Her left route is all mages stuff. Only things to really note here is she does get a few buffs, which is okay, and she also, of course, gets cleanse. But what really stands out is over here. She actually is she's a 4 movement flyer. Not that she's hovering. I mean, we have mages that hover and all that stuff, but she's an actual flying type. So it's kind of like Mystery Knight, where Mystery Knight or Knight of Mystery is a cavalry type that actually can do magic. So in this case, Altina is actually a flyer, which is kind of neat. Whether that's actually useful, probably not. Not especially with the upcoming meta with the Sage of Yggdrasil coming out. But still, it's something different. So I'm probably going to go ahead and make her a flyer, just simply because it does stand out. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this stuff first, because I am going to go ahead fully master her. I wouldn't mind trying her out in PvP, but I'll have to see if I can actually get her geared up. Like I said, she's Meteor Strike. She's also Time Faction, which eventually I will probably see about using Angelica. Getting Crystal Mages maxed out actually makes Angelica actually able to do damage now, which is kind of okay. Alright, so Archmage, nothing really to point out, it's just standard classes. Alright, so let's just grab some of this. Okay. So I think she actually has a bunch of unique spells, but they're all AoEs, I think. I think she has one that reduces like skill or crit. And I think there's one that actually disables Act Again, but I'll have to look again. What's Precaution do? Okay, nothing special. Alright, let's do this. Okay, more of this. My luck with drops has actually been okay this week. I actually got another extreme magic bow, which I actually don't really have anyone to equip it to. But there is an assassin character coming up in a few months, I think. So we can always grab her and see if that does anything. I didn't see what other type it is. Okay. Get ourselves a Saint Scroll. Should have enough stuff to do this. Alright. I actually kind of need these. Let's see if I can pull it off. Nope. 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 Alright. Oh, come on. Didn't actually give me the one I wanted. Alright. This is not really efficient, by the way, but that's okay. Alright, alright, let's go ahead and grab some Overlords. And one Ranger. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and swap her over to the other side. And it's swapped over to a new month, so I was able to restock on Runestones. I think the next major banner that's coming up, I can't remember her name. It starts with an R, but she's like a cavalry. She could be a mounted holy type that actually has the ability to do some like place like little sword terrain things. And then there's like a new mage, I believe, that does some unique buffs. But what's nice about the holy mounted type is she's actually a princess, so we'll be able to actually use her. And by user, I mean probably put Gospel on her. By the way, her class is a secret agent, an expert in covert operations who excels at investigation, infiltrating from the shadows. Can also equip staves. So it just lets you know that she can equip staves. I'm not sure how she could be really good at sneaking when she rides around in a freaking mech. Like, literally, she's riding a mech. All right, get to this. There we go. she's got reinforcement. Alright, a member of the Abarnian Empire's intelligence agency, a dagger who lies in wait, poised to strike at the enemy's heart, can also equip stabs. Alright, knight and samurai. I don't remember what the last one was. Vision, okay. Okay, grab all this. Also, right now as of recording this, they gave me one of those betting tickets for Apex Finals. I think I just threw it on Rolly and called it a day. It's not gonna. It's either gonna get me nothing or it's gonna get me very little. I just haven't really been paying attention to any of the local Apex stuff. As you already know, I don't go beyond gold rank. Alright, Blade of Divine Light. Alright, so we got some new things. We got Sun God's Lance, which attacks all enemies in a line, dealing 0.33 times AoE damage, has a 50% chance to silence, which is kind of neat. And the silence lasts 2 turns. Then Blade of Divine Light, which attacks multiple enemies within range, dealing a third AoE damage, and then decreases their defense and magic defense by 20% the last 2 turns. Pretty good. Assuming they're not immune. Alright, let's keep going. Overlord, Master, and Freedom. Okay. Just doing that to cut down on it a little bit. There we go. So I only need to buy 2 of each instead of 3. Alright, Overlord and Ranger, and then a bunch of Worlds and a bunch of Fates. Did I do that right? Yes, I did. Awesome. Okay, so since she's a flyer type, she actually uses mounted stuff for these things, which I actually have a bunch of them laying around, so we'll go ahead and get her all set for this. Not the worst. So the event shop actually has these items that actually give you additional runs of Gate of Fates. So I'll probably be using those to get through Altina's Gate of Fates. Because I do kind of want to see get her to 6 stars. Alright, let's see if I can get higher. That is slightly higher. I got the money, so I might as well try. Okay. Slightly better. 9's good. There we go. My luck with enchant scrolls has still been horrible, unfortunately. I did get a 15% with a weapon, but it's on Brenda. It's not the weapon I've been working on. Health. That's right. That's fine. Just trying to get these laid out first, just to call it good. Usually you put defense on headwear, but I always just try to put M defense, because I am not smart. Alright, and then here you either put defenses or you put more skill. We'll put skill. I'll re-roll some of these in a second. Nice. Alright. I might be able to get her some extra stuff in a second. Alright, so right now I only have... She technically can use these. Oh, she can use... Wait. She can use a Queen Scepter? That's not a staff. So I'm a little confused about that. I'm not going to complain though, because it's might be usable for me. And then she can actually wear defensive items. HP increases that when below, and defense increases. I kind of want to give her this because it gives random debuffs. Yeah, we'll go that. Put an enchant on it while we're at it. Okay. It's actually a pretty good enchant. Hopefully I'll keep that armor. And then here... Fortunately, I can't do bullying. So I might just do Jormungandr's Eye. I don't know. 50% chance to debuff. Not sure how I feel about that. But it's better than what this does. Yeah, you know what? We'll go ahead and do this. We'll swap the enchant. Not a big deal. All I'm trying to do is make sure you get a little bit of intelligence from it. And then I believe I have... We'll do Star Earrings. And we can enchant that with more magic. 5%, not bad. Alright, so I got that going. And then we could swap our soldiers over to sorceresses. Okay. So the only thing that's kind of lacking is our armor. Let's see about getting her some bonds. Skip all that, thank you. Alright. Now I can do all of this. Hopefully her heart bond's unlocked. What's the last one require? Okay, time rift, we can do that. Okay, that's actually really good. That means we get access to all of our time rifts. Or not time rifts, but all of our bonds right off the bat. So let's just do this real quick. I really wish this loaded fast, or animated faster. Tell you what, I will be right back. Okay, I went ahead and did the time rift to go ahead and unlock honor, and I spent all the keys I had available and got to this point. So I will need to actually buy a bunch of these. So let's do that. Hopefully I have enough. I need 25 for this. And 25 of these. And I think we're gonna need some feathers in a second. I think that's everything. Alright. Okay, I didn't actually need to buy as many as I did. I needed, oh, it's 25. Yep, I was right. Okay. So in her emissary class, every one block she moves before attacking reduces the damage taken by 3%, which is not bad. And then here, damage dealt by soldiers is increased by 20%. And since she'll probably be using sorceresses, it will actually do some pretty good damage. Alright. Let's see what that puts her at. I think I might have to go borrow somebody's armor.